Tiger Woods.
All right, guys, today's the day. Today is the day
Tiger Woods.
we are getting a lesson from Tiger Woods on our driver, our woods, and our hybrid. We're gonna be asking him how to hit those better. I'm gonna get warmed up here
Fun fact,
right now.
I used
The
to play this.
anticipation of meeting Tiger Woods. It's,
The more
I don't
you
even know
know.
what to feel right now, Scott. I don't know if this is like a tournament feeling or I'm like excited, nervous. I don't even know what to feel. Yeah, I'm grateful.
You don't
There's
fake
nerves,
freeze
there's
like me.
excitement. There's so many emotions going on. I want to thank you
The
guys
more
for
you know.
being a part of the channel, making this possible. And I can't wait to show you some of Tiger Woods' knowledge today.
Just told you
And
you don't
this
fake
right
freeze
here
like
is
me.
the reveal of the new QI35 driver.
The more you know, you don't freeze like me. Dun dun dun. Wait. Dun dun dun.
Holy
dun.
carbon fiber. This thing's like a giant just
You don't fake
carbon
freeze like
fiber
me, dude.
beauty. No more blue like the QI10. This
hold
looks
on.
really different. It looks super.
Oh, what I do?
It's a lot bigger. The head.
I'm new to this. Oh.
Yeah, we got the. Yeah, shots in front of.
There's Tiger
Tiger,
Woods.
everything good? Yeah, everything's
Good
good,
stuff,
man.
good stuff.
A little lesson today on Woods
I'm new to
driver.
this.
Just want to know how you hit them off.
Be gentle. I'm new to this.
What was that?
I don't know.
Off the deck a little better.
I don't.
Yeah.
I tee him up, baby.
All right.
Tee
Tiger's
'em
getting
up,
changed
baby.
Right now, and then we're gonna get into this
Tee
lesson.
'em up, baby.
Tiger Woods came out of the woods. It's
Tight.
pretty cool.
But
He
he
came
ain't
like
on the wood.
sneaking out of the woods right there. I was like,
Tight.
what the? I was like, it was like a ambush attack on me. I was like, oh, there he is. Charlie good?
He's good, dude.
Yeah. Every time I see him, we'll go out and play a good bit. It's just like,
It's progressions, right?
it's crazy how big he's got though.
Yeah.
Like he's just
He
huge
was
now.
he was on the thicker side this way.
Yeah.
Now he's going this way.
Yeah, and he's hitting it, I mean, so far now. And he put that Tour AD in, that red Tour AD.
I love
And
that
his
shaft.
dispersion is so
It's
much
tighter.
better.
It's tighter.
So much
Trust me, I
tighter.
found the same thing.
Because like every time we were playing, he'd have that one like,
That little it runs on him.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it tightened up.
yeah, he's hitting it really good. But we're gonna dive into how to hit woods off the deck a little better, because that's kind of what I struggle with when it's off the ground like this. You said you prefer teeing it up.
I do.
Makes sense. But then I'll hit a couple drives, have you look at that, and just how you hit tee shots over your career. You know, how you hit them straighter and woods off the deck.
Yeah. Got
Let's start here. I'll hit a couple off the deck.
it. Okay.
I,
Are you hitting a draw or cut first?
It should draw.
Okay.
It should draw. I hit a natural draw, but I feel like for me, if anything, when I'm hitting off the deck like this, height is an issue. So getting it higher. I don't know if it's ball position. I don't know if it's like path, what it is, but.
Hey. I don't know why my phone keep doing that. It's not my.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah. That came off.
You
Hello.
think?
Yeah, you know, it could be the new wood.
What's wrong with that?
It could be the new wood. That was high. I wasn't expecting that. That's not what I was expecting.
All right. Can you flatten one out and hit the other way?
Yeah. You want a
what that
little bit
looks
of a
like?
lower one?
Yeah. See what that looks like.
'Kay.
Tall pine tree. down
Okay.
there.
Right out there?
Yeah. Just hold on that wind.
Okay.
Path is pretty far out to the right.
Okay. So you would say hitting these maybe feel like I'm exiting more left?
Not only down, but I would say have your hand swing at the pine trees over there
Okay.
and keep your left hip back.
So I feel like when I try and flatten it out like that, like I try and get a
Lean
little
on
bit
no,
steeper.
exactly, but hit down on it, but also swing left with the back hip.
Okay.
Give yourself room
Okay.
to exit more left.
Mm.
That was a beautiful swing.
Yeah, that felt
That was
really good.
That was so. This club is more draw biased.
Okay.
That was a cut path.
Yeah, that
was
felt like,
club
I was
path.
like, I was like, there's no way that,
No,
that
I know
drove.
the wind's off the right. But
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was,
Because
that
that
was not
felt
you.
nice. I like that feeling though, like the left hip going this way.
Yeah, you want to hit down on it. I understand the down part, but the down also gets you leaning towards. It wants to give you towards the target too much.
Right.
Well, if you swing not only left with the body, it allows you can have a decision to make. That's the beauty part.
Right.
You can have your hands go down the target line, or transition left.
Right.
Or if you want and shallow out and hit a draw, you can.
Right.
If this goes forward at all, it's going to produce a outside path, which you try and hit down on it.
Right.
That first path was very draw biased.
Okay. I'll hit one more here. So you just want me to try and flatten this out a little
Flatten
bit.
it out.
Okay. It is actually interesting because usually I hit my 3-wood pretty low off the deck, and now it's actually going a lot higher.
When also one other thing too, when you're playing a cut, I would turn the left foot out a little more towards the target.
Okay. Left foot.
Just a fraction more towards the target.
I like that. Left foot a little open.
Aim more right though.
More.
Aim more right. There you go. Turn left foot out. You got it. Good. Swing. That's the club.
Yeah. That one was struck well.
That was club.
Yeah.
That was you. That was nice, beautiful path.
Yeah, that one felt really good.
Beautiful path.
It's
Keep
going
on high. See what you got. That's just club face. That's how the club's kind of set up for you.
Okay. Like on a draw bias.
I was on a draw bias.
Yeah.
I would take it just maybe 1 click, 2 clicks open.
Okay.
Because those are beautiful swings.
Yeah.
That was
Those
good
feel
stuff.
good.
That was good stuff.
Any pointers though? Just like, do you think about ball position when you're hitting off the deck?
The thing is, I grew up with, at a time when we were transforming everything. So at that, I was on the outside of persimmon, kind of what I grew up on.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I've always been a natural sweeper of a golf ball. And so I've been good at hitting fairway bunker shots. I've always hit the ball high naturally. So learning over time to actually hit the ball down, it's one of my tasks over time.
Yeah.
But I've always hit the ball high and always been a natural high ball hitter.
Right.
Now, as I've learned from picking guys' brains how they hit low balls, whether it's shaft lean or it's ball position, or some guys just naturally have a stronger left hand, more bowed wrist, allows them to hit it that way.
Yep.
But I've always thought that a 5-wood and a 3-wood off the ground or a driver off the ground is very similar to hitting a 4-iron or 3-iron.
Okay.
It's more of a sweeping motion. And
so you don't like a lot of turf interaction. You're not trying to take a divot really.
Unless I'm hitting a trap with my 5-wood.
Right.
And I'm hitting something down in the fairway.
Okay.
Otherwise, no, I do not.
Okay.
I like sweeping it off the ground.
I like that. Because yeah, I don't usually take a divot. I think only when I took that divot was the feeling of covering
if you're going to cover it and hit a low one and put it in play and get it out of the wind or hit one in the fairway, I get it.
Yeah.
That's just, grass is meant to be disturbed.
It is, for sure. Let's go on to hitting some drivers here. This is actually only looked at this a couple times, guys. This thing looks really cool. A lot of carbon fiber going on. So in your career, I have a question for just tee shots, because when we're filming some of our series on YouTube, I'll have a good round going. We get up to a narrow hole and just forming kind of like a go-to shot under the gun. This is not really a narrow fairway, but what did you do in your career when you had a super narrow tee shot? Like, was it something you picked out, like a target?
I always pick out a target, but if I have to squeeze one in play, I naturally will hit the ball off the heel.
Okay.
And so this is one of the reasons why I still use my old tees.
Ooh, okay.
So if I'm going to hit one in play, that would be my in-play ball with the driver now.
That's how high you would tee it up.
If I have to hit one in play, if I have to hit one out of the wind, and then, I go there.
Wow. And
to me, this is a high draw for me.
That's crazy. So that's so low for me.
That's for me is a high draw.
Wow.
And
so getting in play though, you would tee it a little bit lower than that.
There's my fairway ball.
Gotcha. Okay, I like that because I feel like that's gonna force me. If anything, when I go bad, when my miss,
You get
is
under.
I go like this, yeah.
Yeah.
So the club gets back behind me,
Yeah,
and
get
I
under.
lose it.
This keeps you on top
'Kay.
and swinging more left. And as I said, I would try and hit it. For me, over the course of my career, I've always hit the ball off the heel.
You try and intentionally hit it off the heel.
Well, that's how I would squeeze them out there and play. It's not about how far I'm hitting it; it's getting it in play.
In play, yeah.
I'm hitting a heel cut.
Interesting. You threw everybody for a little spin when you said you didn't take divots. I think that like shook.
Well, it depends on what shot I'm playing.
What you said, you're hitting when you hit it best, you don't take any divots.
Well,
I feel like
it is
that-
true.
Yeah.
No, it is true. When I'm hitting it my best, but if I have to hit a shot,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to hit turf. I'm going to lean the shaft.
Right.
I'm going to take turf. Now, if I'm just here flushing it and with no wind, no, I don't take divots.
Okay.
I'd sweep
So
it
if you're
off.
on the range there, you're barely taking.
Depends how the wind is. Like now, on the range, I would feel that wind sliding into me.
Yeah.
I'm going to start leaning on it. Now, if you had no wind, and I'm just hitting shots with no consequence over distance, I'm just sending it. Yeah, I don't take a lot of turf.
Gotcha.
I sweep it. Now, if I have to play certain shots, if I'm hitting draws, no, I don't take a lot of turf because I'm swinging in and out. It's shallower.
Gotcha.
If I'm playing cuts, like this, to me, seeing a cut here, if I'm hitting a 5-wood or 3-wood, I'm going to have some turf interaction.
Right.
But if there's no wind, no, I'm not going to have a lot. I'm just going to send it.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm gonna go here. I mean, this is how high Tiger would tee it up.
Yeah, I would aim it just at see that little pole there on the right edge of the green?
Yep.
Just inside that on the left?
The pole on the right. Okay. Yep.
That little kind of dot?
Yep.
So just inside that, and he'll cut it.
Wow. Yeah, that almost looks like for me visually that's off the deck, but I love it. This is my go-to. I need to get this in play, get it in the fairway.
And it's in play. And you
Yeah, I
move
like
on.
that.
In play? And you
I
move
liked
on.
how that came out really. I mean, I'm telling you, in my life, I've only hit a handful of drivers with a tee this. I mean, that feels like it's almost like a 3-wood tee. It's like crazy how low that is. It just like forces you to like.
Shallow out.
Yeah.
And not be so under.
Yep. I gotta cover
well,
it.
more covered.
Yep.
That's part of the feeling.
Feel that right shoulder.
What's wrong with that?
Wow. That's right at the pole. And that actually drew, but it drew just a minimal.
It was a straight ball, and the wind kind of took it over there.
Yeah.
So this would be, if I'm going to send one and hit a high draw, that would be my high draw.
That's your height.
Yep.
So would you say you
That's
hit more?
high. That's high for me.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm definitely hitting up on it from here and
Okay.
go on it.
But you would say some of the times you hit down on your driver, most of the
Absolutely.
time. Really?
I'm very zero to sometimes maybe 2 degrees down.
Because I feel like everybody's always saying you got to hit up on your driver.
If you want to hit it further and take spin off of it, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
But I'm generally trying to get the ball in play and hit shots in play.
Right.
Right? So if I have to hit a shot, yes, I will hit this shot. If it's a normal shot for me, I'm pretty zero to slightly down to hit my cut.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Perfect. So this is a draw for you, this height.
Yeah, to me, that's very
But
high.
I mean, when I'm going to use this next time I'm in a video and like it's coming down the stretch, I got to try and make something happen. I feel like that for me, when you tee it that low, like I have to stay on top of the golf ball.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just being consistent.
Yeah.
Less variance, right?
Yep. So this would still be a little low for me, but I love it.
Those last 3 shots were tighter.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Wow. So
Dispersion's tighter, right?
yeah, that's interesting. So I'm teeing it lower and it's going a lot straighter.
Less variance of being under to on top.
Yeah.
To it's a tighter dispersion, and that's ultimately what we want to have.
Yeah.
Something more consistent, right?
Right.
Not so many variances between high and low. They're tighter, so smaller adjustments.
Right.
I mean, you're so good, you just have to make just slight adjustments, not be so dramatic with adjustments.
Right.
And for me, the tee height kind of sets it up, right?
Right. 100%. I mean, it changes my whole path. Like when the ball's teed up super high, I naturally go like this to try and hit up on it, and I'm not flexible enough to be like Rory.
Well, up on it's great, right? And that's how you can hit high bomb draws, and that's great and everything. There's a certain point to that.
Right.
Now, if you have to hit it the other way, the difference between this to then get it on top to hit a cut, you know, I like to have a tighter dispersion. Granted, I'm not going to hit it as the variance of my bomb draws. It's not going to be the same as my squeezer cuts.
Right.
I'm going to have a smaller dispersion.
Right.
Which is fine. I like that smaller dispersion.
And I just need that go-to get it in play swing, because I haven't had that recently.
Well, you have moments where you're going to have to get a ball in play, and there's other times when you have to turn one or send one and use wind or not use wind.
Right.
But having that shot's nice. Nice to be able to have that option.
Yeah. I just can't believe how low you tee it. That is crazy. And you use those short little tees.
That's all I have.
It's crazy. Well, Tiger, thank you so much.
You got it. Absolutely great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right, guys. That's it. That wraps it up for today's video. A little lesson by Tiger Woods. He helped us get it in play off the tee, but also hopefully you guys learned something about hitting your woods off the deck as well. Huge shout out to Tiger
video,
for doing
man.
that.
Shout out to
Until
them,
next time,
dude.
guys. Peace.
Till next video, dude.
Well, hopefully y'all enjoyed that. That was a moment that I'll remember forever. I learned so much there at the end with my driver, and hopefully you guys did too. Like, the way he teased that golf ball down, that
What was that?
I hit was dead straight at my target.
Alright, get out of here, man. I got some things to do, dog.